Good morning, everybody. Mike here. Getting ready to leave a little bit later this morning. Head down to Atlanta just for an overnight. Down there to support a client and a friend, John, and doing a business owner roundtable forum tonight. The keynote speaker looks really interesting. It's an AI specialist, so I'm super excited about hearing her talk. And I'm going to be on a panel. I guess I'll be talking about AI some, and I definitely have some opinions. Most of them, positive. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the book that kind of kept me up last night. Not a great night of sleep. That's what you want. You want distinct lack of sleep before driving for 6.5 hours. Pray for me, seriously, that I will stay awake and be alert and safe on the drive. But Leland Vittert is a newscaster. He was with Fox, now he's with NewsNation, and he recently published a book about his life called Born Lucky. And pretty amazing. I had no idea, but he has autism, and not profound like my son, but it definitely has affected his life, and it especially made his childhood pretty miserable. Highly encourage reading it just to have an idea of how far some people have to climb to get to what we just think is normal. And I don't know where or what you believe about autism and things like that. I can really only confidently talk to you about my experience as an autism dad. And that's really what the book is about. It's about how much Leland's dad loved him, how much Leland loved his dad, and how their relationship was the foundation of how this incredibly accomplished person has been able to be successful. And there's a multi-generational aspect to it. I think it's an inspirational story that's not a feel-good story. I'm not one of those people who's like autism's a blessing and autism is great, and that's not my camp. The profound autism camp that I'm in is like autism is really, really, really hard. It's really tough, and I think sometimes I get far more credit as a dad than I deserve just because I didn't quit, and I consider that to be table stakes. When I evaluate my performance as a father for my son Robert, I have so much more regret than I do triumph. Woulda, coulda, shouldas are the poison of the day and minute sometimes. For example, I'm getting ready to go out of town. It's a little bit easier than normal because my wife is part of the great government furlough. And so she's not working and not being paid. But that means she's at home and has a little bit more flexibility. So I guess I've got slightly less guilt for leaving. But, who knows? My son's got autism, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and a brain shunt. Like, anytime I travel, there is a sense of foreboding and apprehension. Is everything going to be okay? Am I going to be able to make it back? And I'm like, I'm not even talking about the normal, hey, we don't know if we're going to be alive tomorrow kind of stuff. Like, who knows? I'm driving for 6.5 hours on interstate highways. I mean, there's a percentage chance I don't make it back from this trip, So we get all the normal uncertainty of life, and then you add in all these complex and challenging diagnoses, and sometimes life gets a little bit too much. So on the plus side, this video is going kind of long, so if you're still here, on the plus side, a really good friend of mine brought a kind of a new look at a problem I've been working on in my business model that I'll start talking about more. But I'll give you a hint. Like, my biggest challenge right now is an inability to support and help all the people that want my help. And even for a long time, figuring out how do I make a living, and how do I charge for my my ability to help professional service providers get ideal clients perhaps better than most. And so, anyways, it's starting to coalesce. I got some good people in my corner to help me out, and I will keep you posted. But, please pray for me. Please pray for my family while I'm traveling.